Hello, class. Professor Hatter. It's May, as of now, so we have some grades to give out for April. That I did that report card kind of bit for March, so we're going to do April report cards now. I'm going to go through my notes here and scroll through Instagram just to have my visual reminders of what I put in, what I was thinking of. I know I wrote my notes a lot more recently upon filming, but just to make sure that I know what I'm looking at, because there's a lot. Again, this is a time-consuming project. This isn't actual work necessarily, actual skill to take. So I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can. It's going to be a random order, but I'm going to film, just so you guys know, I'm going to film in alphabetical order, because then editing is going to be easier, but then and then I'm going to randomize it all in post. So, because then it's easier for me to edit knowing the order to put the grades up on the chalkboard over there. No, Billy, it's not a green screen. What are you talking about? Come on, don't give away the secret. Get out a notebook, pen, and pencil. Class is in session. Come on, Billy. I thought we were going to get better at this. I thought you were going to be cool. Oh, yeah, you're Billy. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to go as fast as I can. With all this, it's at the bottom of the hour watching PTI, and that way I know kind of like my time markers here. I'm going to go through as many hat stores as I can. I'm not going to go through every one of them, and I might do like a rapid fire kind of round in the middle or at the end, wherever it may be, or just gloss over it. Not that, that store was that bad, or like, okay, it just didn't have a lot of notes for them. These grades are based on subjective and objective preferences and viewpoints. That it's also about the experience, that if is not based on the hat alone, but also kind of experience of buying, if I was to buy from some of these stores and some other things as well. So, let's get going. First off is we're going to transition, right? Fan Treasures started off the month. It was a little interesting. They had these chrome corduroys. I'm not a fan of corduroy, really, in any regard. I think now with the color that they used, with like a chrome optic white like crown, and then the team color corduroy material brim, that's what made me this close, actually. It caught my attention to get a corduroy hat. So I do give them props for that. And I know that there have been so many other corduroy hats out there, whether it be corduroy on the crown, or on the brim, or on both sides. But for some reason, Fan Treasure stuck out more than the others have. So that was a big one for them. So B for them. Just solid B. For U caps was a C+, and it was, and I'm trying to remember what I had put down from last month for the hats, for the hat stores. But looking at, I mean, there were some good hats, but there's still a remnants of Realtree still left behind. And 4U Caps is doing it. They're even doing a freaking pre-order, which I just do not get. Why people still think that Realtree is real good? It's really bad. It just is mind-blowing. I'm trying to look at the name here. It's kind of like a variety pack here, but it looked good. It was a lot of like browns and blues in this pack that made it stand out. But the main thing was the Realtree and doing a pre-order for it. So I'm surprised I gave it the C+. I think that was just that there was a lot of good hats to bring up the grade from what it could have been without those, and just based on the Realtree pre-order. New Era. This was tough, because somehow, like, Palpatine, Fear of God returned at the beginning of April, and in corduroy. This seemed weird. Like, the whole hat was corduroy, not just the whole hat. It's like, no, can't do that. The idea of the Earth Day tone colors was good. Was the execution the best? Maybe not, but I like the idea of it. Tatum. What did help was the Tatum hats. The new. I know that other stores are selling them, but coming from New Era themselves, the City Connect hats with the Braves and with Texas. Those were good. Really good ones. As well as the Josh Allen and Wyoming color JA, these hats, the 940s, looked great. Those helped you guys because you had some real disasters. They're like the Cinco de Mayo looking hats and the Louvre hats that were like actual paintings on the hats. Just awful. Again, this could have gone easily like a C-, but some of the other hats saved the day for you guys. So, you got lucky. Burdines. Another A in the book for them. So, Jerry was under the influence. And I forget when it was, but it was on a Wednesday. Windy City Wednesday. He was under the influence of these two guys, bunch of other people on Instagram, and he did 40% off the entire Burdines website for like an hour on a Wednesday night. So it kind of blew my mind that, you know, it was like because I was watching, because I was alert, I was able to get two hats, and one of them was this Chicago White Sox DeMar DeRozan USC color wave. I know that's what Leon from Views from the Vault intended it to be, but come on, let's be honest. This is Concordia, University of Chicago colors, also Loyola colors, the Sister Mary Jean hat. I'm pretty sure it's supposed the intention. Got that, and I got a White Sox Chicago Sky crossover to complement my Cubs crossover version. Other than that, I mean, of course, that was like a great experience. But other than that, he did a Burdines had Yote City, Garrett Popcorn 2.0, which looks fantastic, and they went so fast, and I missed them. Even when I did get the notification, or I saw on Instagram that they were dropping at 5 o'clock and it was 5:01, it was already too late. It was over. Yeah, that sucked. Although I would have appreciated the hats, and I actually would have known what teams I was buying. So a little disheartening that maybe some of those hats didn't go to good homes, but they were good. Pre-orders also happened for the. It was another pre-order that Berdines did after the Ronnie Fitted pre-order in March, which was expected to be delivered in like June-ish. And as I'm recording on May 8th, many people, including myself, have gotten notifications that they are in transit. So, yeah, we did not have to wait too long. All I have to do is wait to see if the 7.5 is actually going to fit me that I got. Or am I going to regret not getting a 5/8 and 7.5. 47 brand. This one is a little tough for me, actually. I want to give them a good grade. That's a real bad start, to be honest. It was 47 brand day in April. You know how they have 59 and 50 day on May 9th. 5/9, they have 47 brand day. 4/7, April 7th. Ta-da. And for them, they did 30% off. They don't really do like new hats necessarily, or any like flagship hats like New Era does for their 59 and 50 day. But they do the 30% off, which they do a really good job of, like a hat day, their day, better than New Era. But we're going to talk about that comparison in another video, because the 59 and 50 day for New Era looks good this year, actually. So I got a few hats. I got a Denver Nuggets hat. I got there was a City Connect hat. I got a Cubs Burr technology. It's kind of like a nylon. I got a Braves, their version of a fitted hat, the franchise. I also got this Montgomery Biscuits hat. I needed a hat for Alabama. So got a few hats. I was a little annoyed a bit how my 2 mystery hats were not shipped together with my other 4 hats in the order, and there's a little bit of a delay. That's okay, but something else later on is going to be what I'm more upset about, why the 47 brand grade it should be lower. So the actual hats that came out, the ones that were the highlights that I still don't have for some reason because of the problem, is the press collection. They did 47 brand did a collaboration with Ebbetsfield Flannels. A lot of these retro hats look so good. They are rustic, they're worn, kind of like the distressed with the fading. Old time logos, side patches look great, just kind of standardized side patches of League or some other things. It looked really good. So that was a big thing that was different with 47 brand, so I'm glad that was something new. They had it is 10 years since the Boston Marathon bombing, which is, you didn't realize that 10 years had passed. And they did, 47 brand is based out of Boston, and the brothers who founded 47 brand were from Italy. They set up shop in Fenway, across the street, and Boston's really close to 47 brand. So they did a Boston Strong hat, which I did not get yet. I want to. That was a simple one, but the meaning is powerful. I know that there's been a lot of Boston Strong colored fitted hats, but this one means more, I think, than in all the other ones, because 47 brand has been around since 1947, and they have a lot of roots with Boston. It's their backyard. So that hat meant a lot. So I will do a video on that and the press collection hat when I get one. But the problem with getting them is using my rewards or using my points. Because I should have gotten a few points unless I'm not reading some fine print that I couldn't gain points on 47 Brand Day with all the sales. But the website has been very wonky to work with to get my discounts. So I'm going to leave it there for kind of like the reason why the grade is as it is. At recording, I don't know what grade I'm going to give it. I'm just going to put it up on the screen. So it's a little frustrating. It's a bit of a bump in the road with 47 Brand in terms of the consumership of how I'm experiencing 47 Brand. So hopefully I can reach out to someone and get some better answers. So my Anthem original recording footage got messed up. So quick voiceover here. Anthem gets B- territory. So the hats were good. The hats were good in terms of, like I said, for March, that it was a quality or quantity theory, fundamental that they wanted, strategy that they wanted to go with. I like it. Their hats were simple. The one hat that I liked was their T-Bird muscle T-Bird with like the coffee hook, I guess you could say. It was, I think, related to Thornton's, just like my hat was with the in my HQ pack that I made in December of 2022. So maybe they took a look at it. I think mine looks a little bit better, but there were good hats from April from Anthem, but I had to take some points off, not because of Realtree, which has been pretty common for a lot of people last month and this month, and even for May as well, coming up. But it was, again, these grades aren't just based on the hats. It's also based on the presence that they have, the experience people have with them. So I took the points off because they took a bit of a swipe at snapbacks on social media, on the Instagram story, and I support hat diversity. It's not fair. It's not okay to I mean, you can call yourself a fitted hat company, but you can't really call yourself a hat company if you're gonna say stuff like that. Even if it's just to, garner up some laughs and, bolster up the fragile minds and narrowed tunnel vision of fitted collectors, thinking that's gonna get a yuck out of them. Just kind of a low stoop that they went to. So it's a personal one, but I'm sure for May that they'll bounce back. So again, these grades, not just about the hats. There's more to it than that a lot of people kind of ignore. So is it a little bias? A little, but who doesn't have a bias about some aspects? So that's Anthem. And yeah. 95 North Boutique. One store I did not do in March. Maybe I just glossed them over. Maybe it just wasn't enough to build a grade for. But I'm giving them a B. They had some good hats at the beginning of April. Really good, kind of like a Vegas gold and a navy brim, copper threading in the front, and like a light blue accent in those front logos. I don't see them available on the website, so maybe I missed them out, which is very unfortunate. Which B- would be nice to, unless they sold out, which is understandable. So that grade is kind of can go either way of, if they are sold out, B. If they're not sold out and just being gate kept, they're gatekeeping their hats, B minus. Other than that, some other decent hats. Nothing that's going to fly me off the handlebar, saying that it's really good compared to what those 3 hats were. But B minus for 95 North Boutique. All the Right. So All the Right, I don't think I did in April. Sorry, for March. I'm going to get this confused pretty fast and pretty often of the months that I'm recording it in, but for the last month and then the month before and compare. And so in April they had some 420 and some smoky hats, like based off of like cigarettes, and the execution was good, especially for the cigarette pack. I thought those looked pretty good. Now, it does make me to wonder, well, beer is pretty common. Cigarettes are not maybe as much anymore, like it used to be in the 50s and the 60s when it was popular and more acceptable. The 420 kind of thing is funny, kind of relevant, but it still just makes me wonder, why haven't I had my HQ pack or my fridge collection made? So, just kind of wondering, who's getting these hats approved? Pro Image, the Chad Total Package Wedding Maroon brown hats were probably the best of Pro Image. Again, not just Pro Image like Colorado or Pro Image Philly or all of Pro Image. All of Pro Image was the one that kind of saved Pro Image. The one that also had like the optic white, the chrome, white chrome crown, the black brim, and the purple M for the twins. That one was also good. That little pack was also really good. Yeah, and I put in my notes here again. Congrats on being smart and not having any real tree this month. I'm pretty sure that's true. So we'll keep it that way. So C+. Cap USA Harlem, B minus. That's all I got. That's all I wrote down. So it was kind of like this rapid fire, kind of quick. Clark Street Sports. I spelled street with 3 E's because I guess I was either typing this late at night, typed too many E's, or it was just excited. So if I haven't said this already in the video at some point, the Jackie Robinson patch was, and theme was a big pulling point, a theme for April being Jackie Robinson Day on April 15th. And they kept using the 75th anniversary patch throughout the year, or this month, which is a year later than original use. So it was like the year that like it seemed like it was like really used a lot in comparison. But there was a Dodgers hat that they did that even I wanted the Dodgers hat. It was that good looking. It was like navy, like kind of like a copper threading, and it sold out. I was at work, so couldn't get it. But it was that good looking that I wanted it. So gonna give a B+ with Clark Street Sports. It's the B-. Fitted World, B+. Capanova, a C+. I was... For Capanova, they had a pretty big turnaround going downwards, or a bit of a downfall compared to March. That when looking at Instagram and their Instagram page and what was actually releasing in April, I thought that the pizza pack was a part of April, but I don't think it was actually. And if the pizza pack was in April, it would have helped Capanova. Otherwise, yeah, it was an month. And there wasn't even like Realtree involved, which was surprising. It's just They had a Guardians pack, which was okay. There's a Garden Party one that was kind of an odd coloring. And then the Editor's Choice was the one that also was one hat pack that kind of brought the grade down a little bit more. The other ones were okay, but this one was just meh. Like, peanut butter and jelly color has gone bad. Capland, B-. I know that there was like a green San Diego Padres one. Looked pretty cool. Cool. Grandstand, B+. That they did a really good job with the like a Roy G. Biv like White Sox hat kind of collection. It's like all these White Sox hats in the standard on-field logo. You know, the color of the rainbow. For the other hats they had, it was the hat resembled the pinstripe. It was like a City Connect hat with the resembled pinstripes, and then from the uniform, and then the players' numbers on the side, like the big names. So that was a real cool one. I like that. Hat Heaven gets an A for their spring sale. They had some other good hats coming out, but the main thing was of the sale that they had going on, and it included hats that were already on sale. Like, yeah, take another 20% off. So, pretty cool. I got a Blue Jays, I got a Detroit Tigers with the 84 World Series side patch in wool, and got a Orlando Magic. I did an unboxing for this at work, and somehow that video, hold on, let me look at this just to make sure that I'm for sure seeing. Now, I know that I had mentioned in a video that, you know, sabbatical is over, and explaining why I had stepped aside, took a break, that I don't want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to focus on the numbers. You know, that I post it, and if it's gets good reception, great. If not, I enjoyed making it then. So, my previous report card video, I thought was going to be kind of a trendy kind of like topic, you know? And it was my version of it. And as of now, it has 37 views. It's been out for about 14 days. It says 2 weeks. And that video is like about 15 minutes. But that's like topical of talking about like these hats that, you know, a lot of other people, other YouTubers might get dozens, hundreds of views on, thousands maybe. But my unboxing at work, that I just set up my phone on a wireless charging mount, just face upwards towards me, and did an unboxing in like 6-7 minutes, is sitting at 231 views from 11 days ago. That's just insane. With 4 likes. So I appreciate those who have been viewing that. I mean, maybe the clickbait was the title, the card thumbnail of, did I just get fired? And I'm like looking up like, what? Oh my god. And then at the end, I had a coworker, Andrew, be like, oh, Jeff, can I see you in my office? So I did. So you saw all those hats there, and I've officially jumped the Magic bandwagon. Cool Jays had the biggest improvement from March to April. The Pokemon Legendary Pack, which I hope is still around on the website. There were there are just a few packs that Views in the Vault were previewing that caught my attention. There was the one with like Mortal Kombat. There's another one, I don't remember, but the Pokemon and the Mortal Kombat one were really huge. I think with the execution of the ideas. So for the Cool Jays, A-, big improvement. Want to give a shout out for Ebbets Field Flannel for doing a lot of retro hats. I know that they've been a big staple of fitted hats. I know that they go for a lot more retro look and feel with their hats. But this month, they did a lot more than I think usual, which is because it kind of stood out. It almost seemed like a cohesive release, along with 47 Brand, who did a press, they call it a press collection of the like old time logos on the 47 Brand cleanup dad hat. So looked cool. So A for Ebbets Field Flannel. Crown Legends. So Crown Legends, and if I haven't mentioned it already, or I will mention it, somehow I don't know if it was like program hats that New Era gave Crown Minded and Crown Legends, but there were these very similar like stone or optic white-ish crowns and dark navy, almost black, but navy, team color brims. They're just very close to each other, kind of like a carbon copy, almost in a way, so gotta take some points off for both of them. First was Crown Legends here, or second was Crown Legends, I don't know where I'm in the video. That's kind of what was good about them. Even if it wasn't exactly copied, nothing else was really sticking out to me, so B-. Leaders, B+. The Pinnacle Performance Pack was the big highlight for April for the releases. And Symbol Colors, people were, maybe it was just the Chicago crowd that, I got a lot of perception from to say that this was a B+, that people were really liking it. But of course, people in Chicago, we like to support the Chicago stores. It's all about neighborhood support. But yeah, good hats, Symbol Colors. Just a few, not even 4, I think, maybe 3 or 4. B+. Sneakertown, B. Sports World 165, C+. You guys did a real tree and did it as a pre-order. Kind of a fall off from March. I thought you guys were on the up and up, and you kind of went back down a little bit there. Still, B+. They had a really great, like the 6 collection for Toronto. Kind of like a way, like when you talk about Toronto, it's called like the 6, the North. Really cool what they did there. Crown Minded, similar to Crown Legends, of, if I haven't mentioned it already, or I will mention it, or have already, or I don't know how time was working right now. Carbon copied, kind of looking off-white, stone, cap, crown, and then team color brim. Those were like the highlights. Other than that, there was like an Easter or like spring pack that was so B- for Crown Minded. B-. Hat Dreams, there was a lot of good ones. They had the improvement that they did not have Realtree this month, so good for them. A lot of variety packs, but nothing felt like there was a there were big home runs, plural of home runs. There was like a home run, but not multiple. So Hat Dreams, I think they had like that gemstone pack, which looked cool. I think that was like their home run for April. Other than that, B+ material. Hat Club, C-. Bit better than before for sure. I think maybe that's being generous. Probably a D+. I think we're gonna C-. I mean, they had their toothpick collection, which is like a darker Vegas gold like color, camel color, tan. That kind of copied off of like what the hero pack was. I feel like it sat for a while, and it still might be sitting, and I didn't get one. But it might be still sitting. I can get one. They had a lot of good A-frame snapbacks, but I have to choose which to get. I will get one or two, but there's so many options. And it's not just like the team colors, but there's other colorways that they do. So that was great, but we need to work on shutting down the Silk Road, because I don't know how Hat Club either keeps getting Silk hats made or keeps thinking that people want Silk, inside the dome, the crown itself, hats. And a lot of these are kind of like 2.0s, like Northern Lights, Green Icy, or I don't know what else they've done, but it's been kind of odd, disappointing. USA Cap King, A++. They had fucking snapbacks. They had a sale on snapbacks, and they were releasing new snapbacks alongside new 5950 hats. This was awesome that they did. Loved it. Loved the hat diversity. I want to get some, but I also need to save money. So eventually, USA Cap King, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna be getting some of those snapbacks, and not just because they're snapbacks, because they look good too. So, and there were plenty. So yeah, nice job. My Fitteds, C+. You still did Realtree. Don't do that again. Don't do it again. But it's fine. I mean, so my Fitteds is going to be like a C+, B-. They had Realtree, which is a no-no, but that's only a no-no from me. Where there was the Rocky City Connect, kind of like in a different like color way. It was good. I think that the Campus to Springfield collection of the 4 was more of the saving grace for my Fitteds for April. Kind of a sequel, kind of like a variation of the Campus to Canton collection, which I don't know why you guys didn't do Chicago Bears and Jackson State for Sweetness. Shame on you guys. But otherwise, it's a fan-centric idea of a concept for a hat collection, which is perfect because hats are meant for sports. Simple. Toppers was a B-. I don't pay attention to them enough, but for May, we will be adding Toppers USA separately, New York Toppers, onto the list. I know that they don't have an online store, so I can't really engage in the customer experience part of it to give a grade like I have with the other places. They're new. It's still trying to get the doors open, doing it the right way. So we're just gonna kind of do our best to grade Toppers USA in May. And as of now, there's some Realtree, which is a bit of a real problem, but there's some other good hats that will help offset that those negative points in a good way. Lids HD B-, big improvement from that crappy Manolo, whatever he did. The gold accent hats were good. Didn't get one. I think I was late to getting the Cubs one or the Orioles that I wanted by the time I had the chance to look on the website. A lot of the ones that I wanted were sold out in my size. That was a big improvement. I'm still wondering why it is not just Lids HD, but a lot of hat retailers out there don't know what a calendar is or how dates work, where we have an Easter, this lavender hat. Maybe it's not exactly called an Easter hat, but it's kind of meant to be an Easter hat. Why would you release it the Friday before Easter? I mean, other places have done this too, where they release a Christmas hat 5 days before Christmas, or a Valentine's Day hat the week before, like the weekend before, where it's like Friday, and it's like same thing here. It's like, know how calendars work. Give us time to actually use these hats for the holidays, not for this year, not the next year. The gray hat, cool. Not cool about the dolphin name. Just seemed weird. I get it. It's dolphin gray is the color being used. Just doesn't really seem like a good kind of like pack name for some reason. I also did like the Masters Variety Pack. I like the idea of it. The hats themselves, objectively, maybe not the best, but subjectively, I like the idea. I like the idea of doing Masters and doing like this variety pack instead of like a whole big, all 30 teams. They just did a few teams. They did like the Braves and like some minor league teams. And those suede brims, great color, not a fan of the material. Whew. Alright, so it's going to wrap up the video here. I know this went on pretty long, probably some 40-ish minutes. I think I did better this time than last time, because I went through my whole rant on Realtree last time. Also had to explain the whole thing, so I think we're a little bit better acclimated with the report card here. So let me know in the comments down below. Was I fair? Was I too lenient? Was I too harsh on some of these hat retailers? Any hat retailers out there, if you want to comment about your grades, let me know. We can talk about review. We can talk about some extra credit to help your grade up. So, yeah, share the video out. I think it's a topical enough video to share with other people, to get some dialogue and conversation going with your peers in the hat world here. Yeah, well, I'll see you in May. I'll see you in June for the May report cards. As always, hats off to you for watching. I'll see you next time in class, everyone. Class is dismissed. Bye, everyone.